Hey guys, this is rture, and in this video I'm going to show you why I think this moment could be one of the best moments to buy Bitcoin for longer term. I'll show you the technical aspects, I'll show you the invalidation levels, and I show you several methods to get and scale in. So what I was looking on Bitcoin was these moving averages crossing. And for those who don't know moving averages, if they are sloping upwards and shorter period moving averages are above longer period moving averages, that's where there is momentum in the market and there can be a reversal. And that reversal is important because at this moment we saw the moving averages cross, and that basically gave Bitcoin that downtrend, and it wasn't really a good moment to be in the market. But after this period, which can be seen as an accumulation period, Bitcoin crossed these moving averages. These moving averages all crossed up, and that's where longer term trend on Bitcoin was reversed. So the key level I'm basically watching is this 100 moving average. And this 100 moving average is super important to hold for Bitcoin. And what we can see in the last week, if we zoom in, is that Bitcoin got bought up every time it touched this moving average. And what we actually want to see is this moving average holding, maybe some consolidation. But after that, we want to see that Bitcoin shows some momentum and crosses these shorter period moving averages here. The moving averages I have on my chart are the 10 EMA, the green one. The light blue one is the 20 EMA. And the darker blue one is basically the 55 EMA. So what do I want to see? I want to see Bitcoin holding above this 100 moving average. If it breaks down, that's also our invalidation. So if it really breaks down and finds acceptance here, that's where you want to get out, especially when these moving averages like the 20 EMA or 10 EMA start crossing that 100 moving average, because then we might see a breakdown similar to what happened over here at this moment before the 16th of May during that drop. So that's where we want to get out. This 100 MA isn't directly a line in the sand. You can expect some smaller deviations below it, but real closest below that 100 moving average on the daily chart can be a problem, because this is a daily chart we're looking at. And if you play something on the daily chart, please take into account that this can take weeks to play out, so you have to consider that high time frame trade. Looking forward, what I want to see is that Bitcoin shows some momentum from these levels. So you get a few green candles, it retakes these moving averages, and from there we can look at previous resistances and see where Bitcoin might go on a longer time frame. So we have some resistance here above around 52,000, around here at 59,000, and over here around 63,000 or 64,000. And when that 64,000 breaks, that's when we have price discovery again. And maybe some people start talking about 100k Bitcoin or 200k Bitcoin. And that would be an absolute great risk reward. And even for the resistance above, I think the risk reward buying over here can be quite good, because you scale in this range and you take that stop somewhere here, or maybe a little bit lower to account for some extra volatility. The risk reward to this level is already 2.6. To this level, it's 4.2. And to this level around 63, it's 5.4. So great risk reward. And if you take it all the way up to 100k, that's an insane risk reward level. So I think the risk is totally acceptable, especially if you think Bitcoin and crypto will move towards the end of the year, because I think this can play out in the next few months. To give you some extra information on why I think this is a solid setup, I'm going to scroll back all the way down to price levels from August 2020. And this is just one example. Please put these moving averages on your chart to see more examples where maybe price action invalidated this moving average thesis or confirmed that it can be a good strategy to play on Bitcoin. Especially take a look at that 100 moving average and see where price can react and how it reacts to such a longer term moving average. But for this video, I'm going to show you the 100 moving average example from 2020. So over here, you could see that this was the famous March 2020 drop. These moving averages were sloping down, then Bitcoin totally crashed in the March 2020 market panic. After that, it slowly started to recover and got across these moving averages. You can see them all sloping up, and eventually it found some form of support above that 100 moving average and around that 55 EMA. We had an initial move up, and then we got a slam back towards that 100 MA. And as you can see, it was never really broken. You can see these wicks over here that show that there is that buying pressure, and price didn't really break through. And I think that's important to note, because after that you can see some initial strength, but especially over here you can see price crossing all those moving averages. That's what we want to see. It shows that upward momentum, and after that you can see in the chart that once price starts running and starts running away from these higher time frame moving averages, that's where you catch the bigger moves. So this is the setup I'm watching on the daily chart on Bitcoin. It's a higher time frame opportunity to scale in. It has a clear invalidation, but it has a great risk reward. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about how to use these moving averages. You know another example that happened in the past, but especially how to currently play this in the markets. Thank you for watching. If you need any more help trading cryptocurrencies or other markets, please visit us at thebirbnest.com. Join our Discord, because there is a full team of analysts waiting for you to help you out answering your questions about the market. Have a good day and see you in the Birb Nest.